You got to be in a car with somebody who vandalized her car and what this other girl had against her.
I do not know what she had against her.
I don't know either. All I know is the car belonged...
I don't have nothing against her.
All I know is the car belonged to your mother, who you tell me is where?
In jail.
In jail.
It has nothing to do with none of this.
All right. Tell me no more. Give me the estimates on the car, please.
The estimates on the car are on the police report.
Where's the windshield? This is the restraining order.
I asked you for one thing. I said, give me the estimate on the car.
The complete and total cost is at the very last.
What year car is this?
2000.
Was the car repaired?
No.
Why not?
Don't have the money to repair it. I didn't plan
There's no
on-
insurance on the car?
No.
Who owns the car free and clear?
Me now. It was just paid off recently.
When was it just paid off?
Not even a month ago on my
Well,
birthday.
if it was just paid off a
September.
month ago, that means that when this happened in June, you had to keep insurance on the car because there was a money lender involved, so you had to keep insurance on the car.
But I didn't want to pay a $500 deductible that I didn't have to get the car repaired.
Just a second. I'm going to love this. You had a $500 deductible in June, is that right?
Yeah.
Of course. We're now 6 months later, and I'm asking you why you didn't have the car fixed when you had insurance instead of having a bill here for $5,000. That doesn't sound right. Where'd you expect her to get $5,000 from, madam? You're not going to get $5,000. That's what you had your insurance for. You think that I believe this whole cock and bull story that you just told me?
The key
That
marks?
you didn't have, no, about the repairs to the car.
I didn't have the $500 for the insurance.
Let them fix as much as they can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, I want you to tell me about your counterclaim, Miss Jordan. Let's hear it.
Okay, she has a restraining order on me. And on
Rightfully so.
On the 11th of this month, at 5 o'clock in the morning, the same girl, Lisa, calls my house saying that she's outside. I go outside, and she's hiding in the car, too. And they give me a paper to say that they're going to sue me. I called my attorney, and I told him that she had came there, and I said, she has a restraining order on me. What can I do about it? Because he said I could go to jail because she has the 100-yard restraining order. And I went back inside, and on my answer machine was a tape of her and Lisa laughing about the whole situation. They're all, F the cops, this and that. Well, you can hear the tape.
Sure, I'd like to hear the tape. Bert, could you bring it up here? Maybe it's my here.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this. Put it in my phone. I have my phone. Talk about a fast getaway, huh? They're all laughing. Yeah, I can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
Does it get better?
It's just basically how they're laughing, and how they
They're
came to my
laughing.
house.
They're laughing. They came to your house. They should serve you with a small claim summons.
And
Is that
she's
right?
not even supposed to be on our property.
Just a minute. You don't have a protective order against her. Is that right? Shh, listen to me carefully. Do you have a protective order against her?
Not yet. I'm in the process of getting it.
Who handed you the summons?
Lisa handed it to him.
So Lisa never served you?
No, but they were at my house at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Fine. They can be at your house at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No,
They can
they
serve you
can't.
with a summons. Yeah. Your counterclaim is dismissed. It's not harassment.
And
in
I
any
have-
event, and on your claim, listen to me carefully. You should have had your car fixed when you had insurance. However, I'm not going to penalize you for stupidity any more than $4,500 worth, because I am awarding you $500, which would have been your out-of-pocket expenses had you had your car repaired when you had insurance in June, when this incident happened. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
Good. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I have papers saying that my vandalism has been dismissed, saying that I did not do it.
She was seen by people in the apartment complex. They called the police before I even got out to the vehicle to call them, and the description fit her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Yonkers versus Ponce, step forward, please.
20-year-old dietary aide Melissa Yonkis is suing her one-time blind date, 21-year-old student Richard Ponce, for the cost of a motel room and several in-room movies.
The two of you, according to what I've read, were introduced to each other socially through a friend and began communicating both on the phone and the internet. Is that right?
Yes.
And then you decided it was time to meet. And for some bizarre reason that I'm sure someone will explain to me briefly, you decided to have your first meeting at a motel. You arrived at the motel and you decided to put the room on your credit card.
That's correct.
You went into the motel to hang out. According to you, you got disgusted with something that happened in the motel because he was going out to visit a friend, and you stormed out. Then later on, you got a bill for 2 nights' stay at a hotel, because he evidently decided to stay that night and an extra night, and for some movies that he had rented. You want him to pay you back for the 2 nights at the motel and the videos. Is that what this case is about?
That's correct.
He says that you stormed out, that somebody, he assumes it was you, vandalized his car, which caused him to get stuck in the motel for an extra day. Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Just tell me why, briefly, you decided to have your first meeting in a motel.
Well, I'd worked late that night, and I live 45 minutes away from the defendant, so by the time I got to where he lives, it was already late, so there wasn't really much else we could do. We both live with our parents, we couldn't go to each other's houses, so we decided to go to a hotel. We had talked about it for a long time, and that was the most convenient day, so I decided.
So what time did you arrive at the motel?
I think it was around 10:30.
And what happened, sir, that caused you to want to leave?
Well, the thing was, I was just not really into her when I met up with her.
You didn't like what you saw?
Well, I went out with a drink with my buddy, which I invited her to come out with me. I came back to the hotel, and I realized that my car was vandalized.
Yes.
My tires were slashed. The car wouldn't start. I'd called a friend who was a tow truck driver to fix. This car was a loaner. This is not my car. So I had to get the car fixed before my friend had found out it had been vandalized, or else she wouldn't trust me ever again with the loaner whenever the emergency case might be needed again, you know.
Why did you stay at the motel 2 nights?
Well, my tow truck driver, the friend that I had was a tow truck, was out of town, and he told me he'd be in town.
Well, Mr. Ponce, you know, you're making this up as you're going. You live in that town, do you not?
I live in the area.
You live in the area. Go home.
Well, I couldn't leave the car there.
Why not? It wasn't gone anywhere. It was already vandalized, had flat tires, and it wouldn't run. So what do you mean you couldn't leave it there?
Well, I couldn't leave it there. I just don't trust leaving a car just vandalized like that. I'm sure a tow truck would just pick it up, a car like that, like, you know, it wasn't even mine. Then I'll lose track and see where it's going to go. So I stayed there the night. I waited until my friend came to pick it up. He fixed it, and unfortunately,
Let me see all your receipts,
I don't
sir.
have any evidence or receipts because of the fact that I paid him to fix the car, and it was not like he's not working in a mechanic shop.
You are so full of yourself. You are so full of it and yourself. I begin to zone out because there is nothing there of substance, nothing truthful. I don't even have to listen to it. I mean, I can fantasize about a whole bunch of other things. I'll listen to you. Listen, the first day of the motel you pay for. Do you understand?
That's
your mistake. How much did the
disputed
second night cost?
In
Show me your bill.
Okay. With the movies and the extra day, it cost me $221.
For the second night in the movies?
Yeah, altogether it was $360.
Did you watch any of the movies with him?
No, I left after the first night.
$221. Listen, consider yourself lucky. He's a real loser. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $221. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have seats.
Miss Hernandez, how long had you and the defendant been friends?
For about 2 years.
Where did you meet her?
I was dating her roommate.
Were you good friends?
Yeah.
Do you earn a lot of money?
No.
Do you support anyone other than yourself?
My son.
How old is he?
He's 3.
Do you get any assistance from the government?
Food stamps.
You did a very foolish thing because you let Miss Lyda use your credit card that you had. She doesn't deny that you let her use this credit card, and on the credit card she charged several $1,000s worth of merchandise. Is that right, Miss Lyda?
About $1,500, yes.
And she paid you a little bit and then stopped paying you, right?
Correct.
Miss Lyda has a defense, which I don't understand really. Your defense is that she refused to make a payment plan with you, and you came on to some hard times, and since she wouldn't make a payment plan with you, you stopped paying her. And you have a counterclaim because you say that she stole some property from your house or permitted somebody else to do it, and also she has your cat. What do you do for a living?
I work for Child Protective Services.
And why did you need her credit card if you work for Child Protective Services?
At the time, I was not employed, and the credit card, we had applied originally separately, and we were put on the credit card together.
So at the time you used her credit card, you weren't employed. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct.
And who was supporting you?
I was on unemployment at the time.
You have children?
No, I don't.
It was just you?
Yes.
And who were you living with?
Myself.
And what was it that was so urgent that you had to use a credit card for $1,500?
Actually, the credit card belonged to both of us. We were each issued a credit card with our own names.
Swell. Where did you purchase the items, and what items did you purchase at a time when you were unemployed?
The first item that we purchased when we applied for the credit card was a television.
Well, were you living together?
No.
Well, where did the television go?
It went to my house.
So you purchased a television?
Correct.
Okay, you didn't have a television before?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you needed a TV because you were spending a lot of time at home.
Correct.
What else did you purchase?
I purchased a video game machine.
Any particular reason for that?
Again, I was spending a lot of time at home, and I need something to do.
How about looking for a job?
I was looking for a job. I was registered with several temporary employment agencies, and I was also in the process of looking for work.
So we needed a TV and we needed a video game machine. What else did you buy?
I did purchase some software for my computer, which I returned.
And you already had the computer?
Correct.
Can I see a list of items that you say she purchased on the credit card, please? And just don't give me all those papers. Just give me what I asked for. Did you buy 4 movies?
I may have.
Girl Interrupted, Joe Dirt, Fall Time, and a Guy Thing.
Not during the original purchase, no.
Okay, but...
On the next purchase.
At the next purchase.
Correct.
Let's move on here. $684 for 30-inch and larger TVs, game accessories, Odd World Player, Halo XBX, electronic games, speaker stands, and brackets.
The speaker stands were actually credited back to the account because they were no longer in stock.
And the next day you went and you bought a 2-movie pack, an Eye of the Beholder DVD, widescreen, PC upgrades, productivity software, video game, miscellaneous accessories, and video cable miscellaneous accessories for $258.52. That sound familiar? That's the next day, January 11th, 2004.
Correct.
Did you make any payments on this?
Yes, I did.
How much did you make in payments?
About $270.
Show me.
What's all this? This is the money you paid?
Right.
Well, what are these purchases? On the 12th of January. Who purchased these things on the 12th?
That was on the original statement. Those were, were original purchases that were made.
No. I mean, there are bills here. The high point of the bill is $2,100. So what else did you purchase on this credit card?
I used the credit card several times. I was the one that was making the payments for it.
Okay,
and it was
so
my
you
card.
acknowledge that anything that was purchased on this credit card, you purchased?
Correct.
Oh, good. So we don't have to go
Most
through this. So it's
everything was on the
$2,100. And you paid about 200 and what?
70.
270. So why don't you pay the rest?
I don't feel that I owe Angela in regards to the fact that her and the witnesses that she's brought with her have broken into my house, stole several items that belong to me. I do have a police report in regards to all 3 of the defendant's witnesses that they have broken into my house, stole my items, threatened me on several occasions.
When was that?
June 6th, they broke into my house.
What did they steal from your house?
Well, they stole several items, anything from picture frames, a vacuum cleaner, clothing, shoes.
You have proof that she broke into your house?
I've spoke with her on several occasions since the incident about it.
And?
She's told me she refuses to return the items to me. She's also threatened that I would never see my cat again. My cat's
I'm
been
not getting
killed.
to the cat. I'll get to the cat in a minute. Okay. Do you have any items that belong to her?
I have a Shrek movie.
Did you go into her house?
No, I haven't.
Do you know who did go into her house?
Actually, I took
He went into her house. Look, he's raised. Just a second. He raised his hand. Thank you very much. This is a good lineup. Who is this?
That's my cousin, Miguel.
Miguel. So Miguel took some stuff from her house. Where did he put it? Did he bring it to your house?
No, actually, Miguel and Nicole lived with her, and she called my house over and over to bring them to come get their belongings, so I took them to get their belongings.
And is it possible that Miguel took some things out of her house that belonged to her?
No.
Miguel, did you take anything that belonged to her?
No, I didn't. All I did is take my stuff because she had half of my stuff inside her house.
Okay, good. Can I see the police report, please? Why did you stop making the payments?
At that point, I couldn't afford to make the payment in May, and we were already having a dispute in response to this.
You can sit down. There is no proof that the plaintiff took any property from your house. Now, let's get to your cat.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The balance on the account isn't $1,900 at this point.
You didn't pay it. So what difference does it make?
And later today,
You wanted the room for somebody else.
No, she was going to keep the room.
You wanted the room for somebody else.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I have to yell at people in order to get in a simple answer?
I don't know.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Angela Hernandez says former friend Sarah Lyda ran up her credit card and refuses to pay. Sarah says Angela broke into her home and stole her cat.
Go ahead.
My cat had been staying with her. She had had kittens, and she was staying with Angela because she had a garage somewhere safe to put her in.
When did she start to stay with her?
She started to stay with her in, I believe it was the beginning of April.
So what happened?
She had the kittens in April sometime. She had them in the garage. The agreement was when they were 6 weeks old that I had several people that wanted the kittens. She was going to keep one. In that period of time that I was waiting for the kittens to be old enough, this incident occurred, and I made several attempts to try to contact her to receive my cat. She told me I would not see my cat until I paid the credit card bill, that I would never see my cat again.
Where's our cat?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I thought maybe she picked it up from my house.
Where are the kittens?
I don't know. They probably got out of my fence.
You knew the cat was going to be staying in her garage?
Yes.
Cat can get in and out of the garage?
There's a small hole, yes.
Okay. She doesn't have your cat anymore?
Apparently not.
Right. There's no reason why you couldn't have kept the cat in your house, right?
I live in an apartment, and it was not possible for me to keep her there with the kittens at the time.
Why?
I had nowhere to put her in the apartment.
Cats don't take up much space. One cat?
She had 5 kittens.
So?
And at that time, I was home very rarely and wasn't going to be able to attend to them.
How long were you working?
I started July 12th.
Well, you were home very rarely. You had your video games, you had your TV. Why were you home very rarely? You had all this entertainment equipment that you bought for yourself. Your counterclaim is dismissed.
I spoke with the credit card company yesterday. The balance in the account is $1,174.75.
Listen to me.
Your Honor, it's $2,300.
Listen to me. You didn't pay it. So what difference does it make?
I have arrangements with the credit card company to pay them directly, not to pay her, because I can't trust in her after the things that she's done to me.
Madam, listen to me carefully, very carefully. You said that the $2,100 at that time in purchases were made by you. I took your word that you paid $270.
Your Honor.
Hey.
Sorry.
And if there is only $1,100 left on the balance, that means that somebody else was making the payments. I assume the plaintiff, in order to maintain her credit. You do not get credit for that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,830. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm actually hurt because I thought that we were good friends, and to find out that it isn't so.
I thought we were friends too, and I tried to help her by getting the credit card for her, co-signing for her, and she didn't pay the bill.
But we are no longer friends.
She stopped being my friend when she took advantage of me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thomason versus Evans. Step forward, please.
25-year-old insurance rep Dara Thomason is suing her former tenant, 20-year-old receptionist Kristen Evans, for breaking her bed. Kristen says she only sat on it.
Miss Thomason, you rented a room or an apartment to Miss Evans. Was it a room or an apartment?
A room in my home.
And it is your claim that she broke the bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You want her to pay for the bed. Miss Evans says the bed was already broken.
Yes.
Okay. When did you rent a room, Miss Evans?
The beginning of February.
Who moved in? Just you?
Yes, my daughter. Me and my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
2 years old.
Is there one bed in the room?
Yes.
And your daughter shared the bed with you?
Yes.
You have a picture of the bed?
Yes, ma'am. I have photos of the broken bed.
When did you move out, Miss Evans?
2 months after, which is I guess April.
Why?
Because Miss Thompson told me that one of her friends had got evicted from her place and needed a place to stay, so she asked if I would move out. So I did.
Was that the beginning of April?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, she told me about 2 weeks before.
So she gave you a couple of weeks' notice?
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I gave her the option. I said, this is going to be more like a 40 to 50-day notice, where 30 is all I'm required to give her. So I gave her the option because she had not paid for the bed yet. I said, you've broken the lease agreement with the conditions of the room. You haven't paid for the bed.
Just a second. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
You gave her notice because somebody else wanted to come into the room. A friend of yours?
Well, she was going to be a daycare provider during the day for the kids.
You wanted the room for somebody else.
No, she was going to keep the room until she renewed the lease for the last month or she left early.
You wanted the room for somebody else that was going to take care of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
Do I have to yell at people in order to get in a simple answer?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, when did you first notice, Miss Thomason, that this bed was broken?
About 2 weeks after she moved in.
And that's
So
not
that
true.
So that would have been mid-February.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you say to her?
Well, I came home, the window was open, it was raining. So I went into the room to close the window, and I noticed the bed was on the floor. And I was like, oh God, the bed's broken. So I called her on the phone, and I said, Kristen, what's wrong with the bed? What happened to the bed? And she said, oh, I fell on it. I sat on it. And I was like, oh. Which one? And so I said, well, you know, you have to pay for the bed because you broke the bed. And she says, I know. And I said, okay, well, you're at work. We're going to discuss it later. When she got home, we discussed that, you know, it's an expensive bed. It's 2 inches thick. What really happened? And she says, well, you know, I just sat on it. It broke. And I said, well, Kristen, you understand that it is a one-person bed, not a two-person bed. And she didn't really say anything. She kind of just stood there and looked at me.
She is lying.
So obviously, we felt that maybe there was more to it than, you know, her alone on the bed. Maybe, you know, her and her boyfriend kind of doing the mambo thing. And it's, Your Honor, you have to understand, it's 2 inches thick. It's not a standard bed. It's not compressed wood. It's real wood. And you can see from the photos that it's just ripped out of the frame.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a guy look at it, and he said she compromised.
Don't tell me what anybody said to you.
Okay.
When did you purchase the bed?
In '98.
How much did you pay for it in '98?
With the bed and the 2 dressers that came with it, $1,500.
I don't want to know about the 2 dressers that came with it.
Okay,
I
the
just
bed
wanna
by
know.
itself was about $800 at the time.
You have a bill?
No, ma'am. I had bought it from Haynes Furniture, a local company, and they said that it wasn't in their system anymore.
Okay. Now, talk to me, Miss Evans. Talk to me.
Okay.
You moved in February, and the
Right.
bed was broken.
No. When we moved in, me and my girlfriend, we did like the walkthrough. You know, you go through, you see the room that you want to rent. At that time, she was telling me, you know, the bed's comfortable, and I said, it looks comfortable. She sat on the bed. She said, it is very comfortable. Her husband followed us up to the room. He said, yeah, you know, the bed was broke before, but I fixed it, so it should be okay now. I said, okay, no problem.
Okay, did he show you where the bed was broken?
No, but there was a piece that was in the back. It's a day bed. So the back of the bed had like 2 bars right here. One of the bars was already broke, and you can twist the bar all the way around.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I did not do anything on the bed. The whole time, yes.
The bed broke, came apart after you were living there.
Yes.
Tell me how that happened.
I sat on the bed. I swear, no lie. I was doing my daughter's hair, so I was sitting on the bed and doing her hair. The bed just collapsed. I jumped up off the bed, I grabbed my daughter, and it was almost time for me to go to work, so I just grabbed my stuff and went to work.
How come you didn't tell Miss Thomason that it happened?
Because I'm late for work. I'm not going to be late.
You mean she happened to find it on the same day that it happened?
Yeah, she likes to go into my room.
That's not what I'm asking. You're telling me that she went in on the same day that you broke the bed?
She did.
And she called and told you what happened, and you said, I don't know, I just sat on it.
Exactly.
Did she tell you you were going to have to pay for the bed?
She did. She asked me if I would pay for it.
And what'd you tell her?
I told her no. The bed was already broke before.
Was it broken in the same place where you broke the bed?
I'm not sure. I never knew where the bed was broken at before.
Well, but you slept on the bed for 3 weeks.
No, I did not. I was only there for 2 months. Out of the 2 months, I only slept on the bed maybe about 7 or 8 times.
Okay.
Kristen,
it's
no,
fine. You slept on the bed. You slept on the bed 7 or 8 times, and when you slept on it 7 or 8 times, it wasn't broken.
Exactly.
On the 9th day, it broke when you sat on it.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any proof for me, Miss Thomason, that Miss Evans, through negligence, broke this bed?
Well, we have a lease agreement which she signed saying that she inspected the property and that everything was in good working order. The day that she came to look at the room, Sean was not home. I was the only one to sign the lease agreement with her. Sean wasn't even there.
Madam, it can break.
Right, but the way it was broken, the way it was ripped out of the wood, and it was ripped on both sides.
Well, what do you think happened?
If she had just sat on one side, it would have broken on just that one. But the way it was broken on both ends and damaged to the point where it was ripped out of the wood suggests that she was forcibly fell on it or some other action.
Thomason, I don't know that. I don't know that.
It's
The lady
2
paid her.
inches
The
thick.
lady paid her rent.
She did.
Then she left when you told her you wanted her to leave.
Yes, she had that option.
Fine. Go. Have a happy life.
Thank you.
Beds break, sofas break, chairs break. It doesn't look to me as if this lady did anything on a purposeful basis. It could have just been that her daughter sat down on the bed with her, or even her daughter jumped on the bed. And maybe that's what happened. And it snapped. Who knows?
Well, she told me
Get
that
over it. That's what happens when you rent rooms that are furnished. Sometimes furniture that's 6 years old breaks down. Get over it. Nothing lasts forever.
I understand, ma'am.
Harris, pleasure been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Ms. Van Geertruy, you and the defendant have a child together. The child is a couple of years old. It is your complaint that about 2 years ago, there was an incident with Mr. Harris, and you haven't been together since that incident, according to you. And there was an argument. You got into your car. Your daughter was in the car. It is your claim that Mr. Harris purposely broke the car window, causing the window to shatter all over you and your daughter, caused her to be injured, caused you to be injured, and caused the car to be damaged. Is that your complaint?
As a result of him hitting the window, it happened.
Mr. Harris says that the whole incident was your fault. What happened was an accident. He would never intentionally try to hurt his child. And this lawsuit is motivated by something entirely different. Is that right, Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to tell me how old your daughter was 2 years ago when this incident happened.
11 months old.
Tell me about it.
When we were walking back to go to the washrooms.
Just a second. I don't know washrooms. Where were you?
What
were you
at
doing?
a company picnic. And we were going to the washrooms, and his sister's ex-husband or somebody that he wasn't happy with was going to pick up the baby and stopping us and everything, and he went on walking and left me standing there giving me a dirty look that this person was holding our child. And I noticed he was drinking hard liquor, and he would not come out, and when he did come out, I said, I want to leave.
You're going all over the place. You were at a company picnic, you decided you wanted to leave.
I'm nervous right now.
Okay. Sorry. You were at a company picnic, you decided you wanted to leave.
Yes.
What happened when you told him you wanted to leave?
He started yelling at me to give him the keys, and I was saying, no, I want to just go and get away from this situation because I see you're drinking. I'm just leaving. I want to take the baby and go home. And he said, give me the keys, give me the keys.
What keys?
The keys for the apartment. I was staying with him at the time. I gave him the keys back, and I was going to leave. He was telling me he wanted cigarettes that were in the passenger side seat, and he was pointing to them when the windows were up and I was going to pull out. And I said, no, you're not getting it, and I was going to drive back.
Okay, so he saw cigarettes that were in the car.
Yes.
That were his, and he said, I want them.
They were mine.
They were yours?
They were mine.
But he said, I want them.
Yes.
And you said you're not going to get them, and you started to leave.
He said, no, through the window. And I started pulling out, and that's when he went like this.
And he
hit my
slapped?
car. I don't know if it was open hand or what. He went like this with the anger face. I looked at his face. And that's when the glass shattered.
Glass on which window?
On the passenger side front window next to me. Shattered in like 1,000 pieces. And I turned around. I was wearing glasses at the time, so it didn't get me. It got my arms a little bit, but not bad. I looked back, and my baby was bleeding really bad. And I couldn't help but be hysterical. And he threw the keys, and I was trying to run him back to get the baby out of the car seat. And I was screaming, she's bleeding, she's bleeding. He just kept on walking away. And he didn't care. He just went over to the side.
Okay. You got the baby out of the car seat, right?
Yes.
And the baby went to the doctor or hospital?
I signed a waiver not to have the ambulance in Itasca, Illinois, to take the baby. I was taking her to a hospital by my mom's house, and I rushed her to the hospital there.
In your car?
In my car, yes.
So you got the glass, you cleaned the glass up?
I couldn't clean it all up. They tried while we were in the ambulance.
Okay, where was he?
He was being taken by the police, talked to, and put in the police car. I have police reports.
Can I see the police reports, please?
On the right side is this police report. This previous police reports of his battery was on the left. And I have doctors.
No, I just want to see this incident. Okay, when your daughter was ultimately taken to the emergency room, she needed some stitches according to your complaint. Is that right?
Yes.
Can I
have
see?
that, please. But, I mean, doctor's records and bills. The bills are in the front, and the old papers, the doctor's forms at that time were in there from the stitches being put in and removed.
Okay. Did you pay these bills?
No, I wanted him to be responsible for them.
Did you pay the bills?
No,
the
I
answer is
haven't
no.
paid
Do
them
you
yet.
have any insurance?
No, I don't.
Okay, Mr. Harris. I'll hear you, sir.
All right, on July 7th, my mother had a company picnic. and I was with Amanda, and we went and I saw my sister, and we said hello to my mother and everyone as they was playing bingo. I told Amanda I had to go to the washroom, and she wanted to come with me, and I had, of course, my daughter, okay? And I met with my sister and her brother-in-law as we was going towards the washroom, and Tommy saw my little daughter, and he went to grab her, and they was talking. So I said I had to use the washroom. I don't want to stay and wait, and you know, that was my brother-in-law. I don't have nothing against my brother-in-law to watch my daughter or to be with my daughter while I go use the washroom. She stayed over there arguing with them, saying that
she wanted to leave.
Right, she wanted to go to the washroom. She wanted to go to the washroom too. That's what I'm saying. So I had to go. I wasn't going to wait for her. I left and went to the men's room. All of a sudden, I come out of the washroom, and she said, "Why you leave me out here?" You know, yelling this. I want to go home. You son of a goo-goo. You know what I'm saying? All type of curse words. So I'm like, I went in there with my nephew. I could see if I was in there with another girl, you acting like this. You know, then she's like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. So we was walking out to her car, and I told her to hand me my house keys. Because I feel like I don't want her going in my house, because she went in my house on one incident and took some stuff out of there that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, no, give me my house keys. She didn't want to do that, so eventually she gave the keys. And as I went around, I seen my cigarettes on my side, where I was pointed at my cigarettes on the passenger side. And I said, man, I want my cigarettes. She said, no, no. And I said, man, give me my cigarettes. She said, no, you son of a, you know, once again. And she put the car and reversed, and I seen her feet was about to step on the paddle, so I jumped back. And when I jumped back, I had a bracelet on it, and that hit the window. It hit a metal piece on it, and I guess it hit the center of the window, and it broke the glass. I was in shock, and at the time, I didn't know my daughter was bleeding until I walked around, and my sister said, Bobby, your daughter bleeding. I said, what?
Okay, I got it. I got it. Do you visit with your daughter, sir?
Yes, I get her every other weekend, and it was supposed to be during the summer. Right now, I'm going for full custody of my daughter.
Why is that?
Amanda has a serious drug problem, and she even tried to commit suicide just over a year ago by trying to OD. And actually, she's very unstable for the time that I've known her. She always have excuses of why she can't get things done. She have
a drug
right
problem?
No.
That drug problem, Your Honor, left my daughter in DCF care about 5 or 6 several times. And every time.
Your daughter ever been in foster care?
No.
Because
ever been out of your custody?
No.
Yes, she had. When she tried to kill herself, I got custody of my daughter.
For a couple weeks.
That was like for a whole month almost. This happened in 2001 in February, so I had it like almost up until the end of March. And I took full responsibility. She swears to God that I have a drinking problem, but when I took full responsibility of my daughter, there was no drinking. I was picking her up and taking her, dropping her off to the babysitter, making her work on time, doing a responsible thing.
Did you plead guilty, sir, to disorderly conduct?
Yes, I was acting in a manner of, you know, anger. I was like yelling and stuff like that.
You were?
That's the only thing I played, but I didn't plead on all the other charges was dropped.
Yeah, I don't think you intentionally hurt your daughter, sir.
No, I did not.
I don't think you intentionally hurt her at all. Neither does she think you intentionally hurt her.
No, I didn't try to break that window, neither.
I don't know whether you tried to hurt the window, but you hurt the window, right?
Right, it happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today.
Well, you mean he was selling drugs or using them?
Well, I saw there was money on her bed, and it was a large sum of money, so I knew he was dealing with it.
So then both of you smelled it and he was selling it, right? Smell and sell.
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda Van Geertree says ex-boyfriend Robert Harris smashed her car window with his fist, injuring their daughter inside. Robert says it was a freak accident.
You've been arrested before for domestic violence?
Yes,
Problem is not an answer.
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Once. Well, twice concerning this window being broke.
Your Honor, I have a picture of my daughter, the scar on her head.
I'm sure Mr. Harris knows that there's a scar on your daughter's face. He didn't mean to hurt her. You don't think he meant to hurt her?
No,
right?
but it is a result of his actions. And
it's a result of his bad
I shouldn't have
temper.
to pay for his actions.
You shouldn't have to pay for the medical bills that resulted from his actions. Isn't that right, sir?
Well, I feel like, no.
You feel like what? Of course not. Of course she shouldn't have to pay for the medical bills that are as a result of your actions.
Well, as I was telling you, when she put the car in reverse, she was about to, she stormed out, backing up. I had to jump back. That's what caused the window broke. I didn't go up to the window and hit the window at all.
Listen to me. The car didn't hit your arm. Your arm hit the car.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes. It was all a freak accident. I guess you're right, then I should be responsible for paying it, you know.
Okay. I want to tell you something, Mr. Harris. You may be 100% right that you are the more appropriate custodian. You've got a hurdle to overcome, and that is these prior police reports. I'm sure that the judge who's handling the custody case will look at that and balance it with whatever problems you have and make a decision.
I just wanted to say, when she's talking about the medical bills and all that stuff, I'm like reliable for that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get the court to understand, that I'm not out there just like angry and just doing crazy stuff.
I don't think you're angry and doing crazy stuff. I think you lost your temper.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
I think you lost your temper, and that's what happens when you lose your temper. You're responsible for what happens as a result of that.
But Your Honor,
what
about the 2 years, and what about the pain and suffering for Olivia, having to go for stitches, and me having to hold her down, and just
what about that?
2 years having to go to court.
What about that?
Because missing work because of him.
You break.
Thank you.
He's the father, just like you're the mother. There was an accident. It was caused by his bad temper. You don't bring the father to court because, let's say she was riding a bicycle. He was teaching her how to ride a bicycle, and he wasn't careful. And as a result of that, the bicycle went over, and she broke an arm. You think you can bring the father to court for the broken arm because he wasn't careful, because he was negligent in teaching how to ride a bicycle? We'd be in court all the time. That's what happens to young children. Now, this unfortunate incident happened because he lost his temper. That doesn't mean you bring a father to court for pain and suffering for a daughter. She's not any more your child than she is his. Do you understand that?
He didn't.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,111.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I guess now, by hearing Judge Judy ruling, I am kind of responsible for it.
I believe that this judgment was wrong. I think I should have gotten more.
I got a little daughter by, a lady that's not stable, has a drug problem.
He didn't care. He walked away when she was covered in blood.
And right just before the show, she called me talking about she hoped that we can come out here and get things back together. And now she want to come here and cry and make me look like an angry person.
He just wants to hurt me some more. It won't stop.
I think that's just wrong, but that's how she is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Michael versus White. Step forward, please.
19-year-old student Anna Michael is suing her former roommate, 20-year-old receptionist Bridget White, for the return of a computer. Bridget is countersuing, claiming Anna broke their apartment lease.
Miss Michael, you and the defendant were best friends, roommates, and it is your claim that the defendant took from you a computer that you had paid for, or mostly paid for, and you want $1,000 that you had put into the computer that she took.
Correct.
That's your claim. Miss White says that, yes, she took the computer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because the arrangement was it was going to be yours when you fully paid for it, and you still owed some $300 on the computer. When you paid the $300, the computer would be yours. Is that right?
Yes.
Till she gets her money, she's got the computer, which I assume is in good condition.
Yes.
Good. Now, Miss White has a counterclaim. She says you stuck her with 11 months on a 12-month lease. She was able to negotiate herself out of the lease, but as a result of that, she lost her security deposit because you left.
Correct.
So she wants that money back from you since you left the apartment. And she also says that you took with you a camera that was half hers. She will explain to me. So let's take care of the computer first. Can I see the receipt for the computer? How much it cost? Total purchase, $1,314. You paid $1,000.
Correct.
So you owe her $314.38.
Correct.
Correct? So you're going to give her that, and she's going to give you back the computer.
I've tried.
Do you understand?
Yes.
5 days from today's date, we will make a transfer. You will get your $314.38. She will get her computer. Is that clear?
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, you're not going to get much more out of her. Correct. Correct. Good.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Anna Michael says former roommate Bridget White owes for the return of her computer.
Now, let's talk about this lease. How much was your security deposit?
The total security deposit was $400. I paid $266.66, and she paid $133.37.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Perfect. Now, tell me why you left.
I left because it was an unsafe environment for me.
Explain it.
Her boyfriend was living with us. He occupied the second room. He was involved with illegal activity. I did not want to live that kind of lifestyle anymore. I didn't want to put myself in that position or environment, so I left.
Well, you mean he was selling drugs or using them?
Selling them, yes. I could smell the marijuana in the room. Using them, I have no proof.
Yes, you could smell the
I think it's the other way around.
I think you meant to switch that around.
Oh.
That
well,
he-
like, there was
That you could smell it, so yes, he was using it, but you don't know if he was selling it because you don't have any information about that.
Well, I saw there was money on her bed at multiple times, and it was a large sum of money, so I knew he was dealing with it.
So then both of you smelled it and he was selling it, right? Smell and sell.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Michael, you said you didn't want to be involved in that lifestyle anymore. Had you been involved in that lifestyle previously?
No, ma'am.
So you misspoke when you said you didn't want to be involved.
Yes, I did
Misspeak.
Misspeak.
I say you misspoke, you say yes. Did misspeak. Correct. Love this case. So did you have an argument? She told you she moved out?
She never gave me a reason. I came home at lunch and she was gone.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She called me that Friday morning at work and said, I'm leaving.
Okay. Now, the lease was in whose name?
Hers, mine, and 2 other girls.
What about your boyfriend?
He wasn't living there.
Was he staying over?
He actually stayed for 3 days. That was a couple weeks before that.
Why
3
did
days.
you leave?
I left because of her boyfriend.
Then why didn't you say to her, if your boyfriend comes to stay here and is going to be involved in drugs, I'm going to have to leave? Instead of just saying, I'm leaving, I'm out of here.
Well, it wasn't that easy.
Well, explain it to me.
We had a roommate, and she left on the 11th of July. And so in order to compensate for that month's rent, Bridget brought in her boyfriend, which I interpreted and was led to believe that he would pay for the rest of the money of that month. So he was living there. I did not know that he was going to be involved with legal behavior inside our room. I did not know that. So I told her I would no longer live with him, and I would not live with him through her. And because of that, I left.
All right, now talk to me about the camera.
For our birthdays, which are a week apart, her sister, who is a good friend of mine, bought us both a camera, and it was to both of us, and when she left, she took it with her.
So you think her sister bought you a present?
No, it was for both of us. She bought us more than just the camera for our birthdays. Her sister was a good
somebody
friend
had to
of
take
mine.
the camera.
Huh?
What's huh? Somebody had to take the camera.
Yes. She actually took it. She didn't discuss anything with me, so I just said, that's fine. If you'd like it, you can pay me for half the value.
She's not going to pay you anything for the camera that her sister bought for her birthday. This is the way we're going to resolve this, ladies. Listen very carefully. You would ordinarily have to pay her, in order to get your computer back, $314. Do you understand?
Correct.
That means you pay her $314. You also owe her $266. Do you understand? She shouldn't be responsible for your skipping out. You should have made proper arrangements. When you move in to a place, you're supposed to make arrangements if you want to move out, not just to say, toodaloo, and the people who were there are stuck. She lost her security deposit.
So did I.
So?
What does that make? I don't.
So you lost your security deposit, but you caused her to lose hers also.
But she signed off on a transfer lease.
So?
I couldn't live there anymore.
I don't know where you went. Where did you go?
I was homeless for a week.
Where did you sleep?
On the floor in my friend's room.
That's not being
Now,
homeless.
this is case number 213 on the calendar, the matter of McGill versus Ty Little. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Ms. McGill, I assume this is your son, and it is your claim that the defendant's son drove your car, which was being driven by your son.
It's his car.
His car, but in your name?
Yes. I'm a co-signer of the loan.
How old is he?
21.
That he drove the car without permission, causing damage to the car to the tune of some $3,100. You want his mother to be responsible because he's a minor. How old are you?
17.
And Ms. Ty says that her son had your son's permission to drive the car and that he caused no damage to the car.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you friends?
Yes.
How long have you been friends?
A couple of years.
Where were you on the evening that this incident happened?
We were at Jared's house.
Who's Jared?
She was witness.
How old are you, Jared?
16.
He's 16, he's 17, you're 21.
Yes, ma'am.
Aren't they a little young for you to be hanging around with?
Yeah, well, we all skateboard together. It's just became friends through skateboarding.
And on what date did this happen, when you were all hanging around at Jared's house?
February 27th.
February 27.
What kind of car were you driving?
It was a 2002 Volkswagen GTI.
How did it come about that you got custody of the keys to this car on the 27th of February?
We're at Jared's house, and we got thirsty, and I asked him to drive his car to the store.
Just a second. Let's go slowly. Don't poke him.
Okay.
You were at Jared's house.
Yes.
How did you get there?
I used to live down the street from Jared, and I skated to his house.
And you were thirsty?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was thirsty? Raise your hands. Who was thirsty? Those two were thirsty. So what happened?
We went to, I asked him, Brian, for the keys to the car, and he gave them to me, and we went to the store. It took about 10 minutes, and we came back.
Why didn't he go with you to the store? What was he doing?
He was at Jared's watching TV.
How many people were there?
One other person besides us.
Who was the other person?
Blaine.
What'd you want to get to drink?
Coke.
How far away is the store where you buy Coke?
About 10 minutes.
You were going to go 10 minutes to get a Coke?
Yeah.
At midnight?
Yes, ma'am.
No. That doesn't sit right with me.
That's what we did. We went to the store, came back.
Who do you live with?
My mom.
You have brothers and sisters?
No, ma'am.
Just the two of you?
Yes.
Did your mother work?
Yes.
Was she at home that night?
No.
So it was just the four boys hanging out?
Yes.
Had your mother been home earlier that day?
Yes.
Where was she that night?
At her boyfriend's.
So you were having a little bit of a group over?
Yes.
And you went out at 12 o'clock to get a can of Coke. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
You know that as the mother of children who were teenagers, a whole bunch of them, that doesn't sound kosher to me. You know what that means?
No.
It means I don't believe you.
Oh, she wasn't there.
I believe she wasn't there, and I believe she was at her boyfriend's. And I believe you went out at midnight. I don't believe you went out to get a can of Coke
That's what
on a 20-minute ride. And neither do your mothers if they're smart. Sit down. So you were 10 minutes there and 10 minutes back, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
His car is a clutch. Are you familiar with driving a clutch car?
Yes, I've drove a car with the clutch before.
And you drove it reasonably and responsibly for the 20 minutes that you had it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the name of the store you went to on the 27th of February?
Waterburger. It was
What?
Waterburger. It was a store restaurant.
And where are they located?
On South Main.
South Main in what world?
In Weatherford, Texas.
Now we'll get to you. How did he get the keys to your car?
Well, what happened
at me.
was we were over at Jared's house, and Blaine.
Blaine?
Yes. He asked me if he could take my car to the store, and it was him, Brandon, and Jared. All three of them went to the store. They went to a gas station on the corner. It's about a block and a half up the street, and they came right back, and everything was fine. And then Brandon left with our friend Lindsay and went to Whataburger with Lindsay. And I called Lindsay because I didn't have my keys, and I was wanting to go home. And I knew Brandon.
Where were your keys?
Brandon still had them because they took my car to the store earlier.
Well, that's when Blaine took the keys.
Yeah, Blaine drove to the store, and then apparently Brandon drove back from the store because he wanted to drive my car.
Okay.
And I fell asleep waiting on them to come back. And then when I woke up to them telling me they raced some car on the highway.
Who's them?
I think it was Brandon and Jared and Blaine.
Well, that's not what you say in your complaint. You said later that day you saw one of the kids from the previous night, and he told him that Brandon, that other person, he told him that Brandon had been driving his car Friday night and been racing down the highway. That's what you evidently told your mom, because that's what your mom wrote in her complaint. She didn't say that he admitted that he did that to you.
I think it was the next day that he finally admitted, but the people that were in the car told me what happened that night, and he apologized to me that night, and he told me...
Well, tell me what he said. I'm not interested in what somebody said to you that's not here. Tell me what he said to you.
He told me that he was sorry for what he did to my car, and he'd do what he could do to help pay for any damages.
I never admitted to messing his car up.
What did you say to him?
I said it was running fine when we came back.
Came back from where?
From the store.
He says that he gave the car keys to Blaine. Isn't that what you told me?
Yes, ma'am.
That was the first time.
Well, how many times did you take his car?
Twice.
Well, what time did you take the car the first time?
It was around 12.
And what time did you take the car the second time?
It was probably around 12:30.
Why did you take the car again at 12:30?
That's when we went and got something to drink. The first time it was Blaine, and we just rode with him.
So the first time you went with Blaine, you went to Whataburger.
Yes.
And you drove the car back.
Yes.
And Blaine got a soda.
Yes.
And a half hour later, you got thirsty.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? Sounds ridiculous. Now, what happened to your car?
Apparently, they messed up the valves. I don't know exactly what happened.
I don't know exactly what happened either.
Apparently, the engine code was a speed code. What the guy at the Volkswagen dealership said was...
You can't tell me what the guy at the Volkswagen dealership said. That's hearsay.
Can I tell you what his mom told me?
Absolutely.
When I talked with Sherry, she told me that Brandon had admitted to her that he...
Shh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
All those 9 people were drinking Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Nobody was drinking alcohol.
No.
Nobody's smoking weed.
No.
Nobody's doing anything that they shouldn't have been.
No.
Just having a party.
Yes.
And later today...
You have a contract with a loan, don't you?
No.
No?
You should, especially when you're dealing with your daughter and a slick husband.
only reason he
I'm speaking. Don't you see my mouth moving, smart mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Karen McGill says her son's friend, 17-year-old Brandon Little, took her car without permission and blew the engine. Karen claims Brandon admitted to racing the vehicle.
Go ahead.
He did drive the car, and that I shouldn't be taking this up with her because it would be between Brian and Brandon.
You indicate here that somebody told your son that he was driving recklessly, but I don't have that person here.
I tried to call Jared as our witness because he was in the car with Brandon.
Is that right?
Yes.
Get up. Well, now he's going to be my witness. Up here.
And I tried to get Blaine to come also.
Well, I don't care what you tried. It's a court. I need witnesses. You know, I need people here that I can question. Like, how many times were you in the plaintiff's car that night?
One time.
Which time?
The second time.
Had anybody been drinking alcohol that evening?
No.
Had anybody been smoking weed that evening?
No.
Anybody been doing anything else that they shouldn't have been that evening?
No.
Everybody was nice and clean that evening?
Yes.
Did your mother know that you planned to have people over that night?
Yes.
She gave you permission to have how many people? Look at me.
At the most 9.
At the most 9. She
Yeah.
gave a specific number?
No, I don't know how many people were there, but at the most it was around 9.
And what you're telling me is that all those 9 people were drinking Coca-Cola?
Yes.
Nobody was drinking alcohol?
No.
Nobody's smoking weed?
No.
Nobody's doing anything that they shouldn't have been?
No.
Just having a party?
Yes.
Good. Now, you were in the car with him for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Describe how he was driving.
He was driving
Look at
around.
me.
He was driving okay. He stalled it a couple times, but that was about it.
Well, what did he say when the car kept stalling out?
Nothing. He just turned it back on.
Didn't say, oh, you know, something's wrong with this car.
Not that I remember.
Not that you remember. Just, you were just having your Coke.
Yes.
Did you open your Coke at the store, or did you wait until you got home?
I opened it at the store.
And did you finish it in the store?
No.
You finished it in the car?
At home.
So you put it in the holder and waited until you got home?
We bought the big ones.
How big?
Like, you know, like the big gulps. Like.
Did you share it with anybody when you got
No.
home? You drank it all by yourself?
Yes.
This is your lesson. Don't let anybody else drive your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have to be satisfied since he had your permission to drive the car.
He didn't have my permission.
Yeah, I believe he did. And you knew that he had driven the car back. And you gave other people permission to drive your car that evening.
The only person I gave permission to drive my car was Blaine.
I wouldn't give anybody permission to drive a car that wasn't fully paid for. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a feeling that there was more going on there than young Master Jared over there is prepared to tell me. But without some indication that he drove your car, because I believe he had permission to drive the car. He may not have had your permission. Maybe Blaine gave him permission. You gave permission to Blaine. Blaine said, here, take the keys and drive home. So he didn't steal your car. He didn't take your car.
We're not saying he stole it.
What?
We're not claiming he stole it. We're just saying he drove it recklessly.
Well, we don't know that because there are no witnesses that say he drove it recklessly. So I can't find him liable for those 2 reasons. A, he had permission, and B, there is no proof that he drove the car recklessly. So you fixed the car, you better pay your mother back the money. Case is dismissed. That's it.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He was in 5th and went to downshift into 4th and put it in 2nd on the highway.
I didn't race this car.
He always told me he was going to admit that he did it.
I'm just a little confused why Jared would lie about the situation.
He did have to pay for it, but like I said, he loaned the keys out to my son, so.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Estrada versus Castillo. Step forward, please.
Plaintiffs Daniel and Deborah Estrada are suing their daughter, homemaker Yvonne Castillo, and her estranged husband, Stephen, for an unpaid loan to buy a house. The Castillos claim the money was a gift.
Miss Castillo, is this your husband?
Yes.
Are you separated or are you together?
Separated.
How long have you been separated?
For 4 months.
According to the complaint, you made a loan to your daughter and her husband in the amount of $5,100, and they did not pay you back.
Correct.
And you say that this was not a loan, but a gift.
Yes.
And you say anything? Do you say anything?
Yes, I talk. It was a gift.
What date did you give them this $5,100 and why?
We loaned them the money in order for them to help them out so they could purchase a house.
Why did they need $5,100?
Well, they had bills that needed to be paid off before they were able to purchase a house. And
how did you know that?
They informed us that they had bills.
Well, that's what I want to hear about.
We wanted to help them out in purchasing the house, so we offered to help them, you know, with a loan to pay off their bills.
You're not following me. Maybe she should talk.
Yes.
Okay, we have a rental house, and we decided to take out a equity loan, refinance the house, and I told my husband, why don't we help Steve and Yvonne buy a house?
When did you tell Steve and Yvonne?
That was sometime before September of last year.
Tell me the conversation.
We asked them, if we loan you the money, how could you pay us back? So we talked about if they bought a house using the equity or using their income tax return, and they agreed to the conditions.
Okay, and now I'll hear you.
But it wasn't a loan. I mean, it wasn't a gift. It was a gift, not a loan.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Don't get to the bottom line first.
Okay.
Tell me what your recollection is, Yvonne, about the conversation that you had with your mother.
Debbie said,
look at me,
that if they gave us $25,000 for a down on a house, it would have to be in where they say in Moreno Valley. And that once we bought a house, we would have to, the taxes, like 4 years of taxes that we get on the house that we buy, we would have to give to them.
So that if they gave you the money, because you'd be saving a certain amount of money on your taxes if you owned a house and had a mortgage, for the next 4 years you would give them back the money that you got on your tax returns.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'm not asking you anything. And what did you say?
We both agreed that yes, that would be
satisfactory. So they didn't give you $25,000, but they gave you $5,100 towards the 25?
Yes.
It was given. We helped fix the Holly house she was speaking of. We helped fix that house, and that was the $5,000 that was given to us to fix that credit that we had to do.
Is that what happened, Yvonne?
That's the way I see it also.
That's not what I asked you. Was that the agreement?
No.
No. How long after you got this $5,100 did the two of you separate?
About 5 months after.
You have children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Do you work?
No.
And you were working 2 jobs?
Yes, ma'am.
And still having difficulty paying off your bills?
No, the bills are paid.
Well, they're paid with the $5,100.
Yeah, well, I never would have took the money if I knew I had to pay it back. I couldn't afford to pay it back.
Well, what were you going to do with the bills, Steve?
Well, in time, I would pay them
What
off.
were you going to do with the bills?
I was going to pay them off in
Right,
time.
in time you were going to pay them off.
Right.
And the bills were being accumulated with how much interest?
I don't know.
How much interest were they charging you on the $5,100?
There was no time period of paying it back.
Right.
There was no...
Just listen to me. So you intended to pay back the credit card company, and here they were giving you an opportunity to clean up your credit, getting rid of credit cards with 12 and 14% interest, and all you had to do when you got your income tax returns, pay them back. That sounds like a bargain to me. Doesn't that sound like a bargain to you?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Well,
No.
explain that to me. Bert and I would really like to hear that. have one that's costing you 14% and one that's costing you nothing. Would you say the one that's costing you nothing is a bargain?
Right, if it's a loan, yes.
It's a loan. Your wife says it's a loan.
There's no contract. You have a contract with a loan, don't you?
No. Okay. You should, even when you're dealing with your daughter, especially when you're dealing with your daughter and a slick husband. But very often, you don't. You have an agreement. And the agreement, as long as there is an offer and an acceptance and a meeting of the minds, that's a contract. Only certain things you have to have in writing by law, like selling property, land. You need that. I'm speaking. Don't you see my mouth moving, smart mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Your wife says that there was an agreement that you did not put into your statement that said that they were going to give you this money and you were going to pay it back with your income tax refund over 4 years. She's not a liar, is she?
No.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, which is the total amount that I could give you, sir. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's all.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Listen to me. Listen to me. You separated? You might want to think twice about getting back together with him. He's a little slick for me.
Parties are excused. You may step out. One on the calendar in the matter of Walsh Webb versus Mack. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Walsh, for some reason which you will explain to me, you were visiting the defendant. You're a neighbor of hers?
Yes.
And you had with you a backpack.
Yes.
It's your claim that you left the backpack in her house and she refuses to give it back to you.
Yes.
And within that backpack, among other things, were your girlfriend's jewelry, rings and diamonds and valuables that you alleged that you were taking to be cleaned?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you're suing her for $2,000, the return or value of the property. The defendant says she didn't know what